In the heart of southern Africa, two young explorers are on a very special adventure. It's a wild voyage of discovery, with so many amazing places to see and characters to meet along the way. Their journey takes them across the vast, untamed country of Botswana. It's a huge, unexplored wilderness, with the promise of fun, mystery, and excitement at every turn. From deserts and towering mountains to glittering rivers and swamps, Botswana is one big adventure just waiting to happen. Join Luca and his sister Melua on their expedition into Botswana.
Kids Safari!
On Botswana's Chobe River, there is always something new to see and do. Today, they're off to find some of the mischievous mammals that call the banks of this river home. Baboons. They find a whole family playing and foraging along the water's edge.
The baby baboon ran up to its mom and grabbed its stomach. And now it's over there, and it's adorable.
Just like human babies, little baboons are very dependent on their mums. They follow them around, learning what is good to eat. They also see a big male.
The male baboon was really big compared to the others.
He is very important in the troop, as he watches out for dangers that could hurt his family.
The baboons were very clever. They didn't drink in the river. They drank in their pools next to the river, or the crocs will bite them.
If the babies get too close to the water, their mums quickly scoop them up and carry them to safety.
I love how the baby rode on its mother's back.
They look a little bit like a jockey riding a racehorse. They cling on tight with strong little fingers, and they can even have a snooze as they ride along. Finding enough food for the whole troop takes up most of the day, and they found a sausage tree with a big bulging fruit. Once the fruit falls to the ground, the adults use their huge teeth and strong jaws to munch through the tough skin of the fruit.
Even though the babies drink milk until they're about a year old, while they are still small, they learn by trial and error what's good to eat. Grooming is a very important part of baboon society. It keeps their fur nice and clean, and it also helps strengthen the bonds between troop members. Baboons are excellent climbers and forage for food just as easily in the branches of tall trees as they do on the ground. Trees are also a great place to stand watch from. They have excellent eyesight and can spot any danger coming from miles away. Just like humans, they are active during the day. When nighttime comes, they all go up a big tree, huddle together and go to sleep.
It's on with the journey. What else can they spot along the banks? There's a big group of buffalo with a herd of elephants. Buffalo are grazers, meaning they eat grass. They're also ruminants, so just like cows, they chew and re-chew their food to get as many nutrients from it as possible. The males have enormous horns for fighting and protection. They have an excellent sense of smell and can sense danger from a long way away. No danger here, and the herd grazes peacefully with all the other creatures. One of the most exciting sights along the river is the huge herds of elephants that come down to drink. Often, many families will join together to form a mega herd. Each family is guided here by the leader, who is the oldest female and matriarch of the group. She's in charge, and she knows the best places to drink. They also love the fresh green grass that grows along the bank.
The elephants came really close and they drank right in front of our boat.
They have no reason to fear the boats and go about their business, completely ignoring the people watching them.
The elephants were really not worried about us at all. They were just drinking away.
Elephants are really clever, and they know that the humans are just here to watch them, not to hurt them. An elephant's trunk is very useful. They use it to smell with, to pick up food, and to drink with.
I love the way the elephants use their trunks to suck up the water and squirt it into their mouths.
Elephants are really thirsty animals. They can drink up to 200 litres every day. Each trunkful is about 10 litres of water.
I was amazed to see how much water the elephants could drink.
They prefer clean water and will scoop the water off the surface of the river, where it has less mud. Their trunks are actually made up of their noses and their top lip that has been fused together. It's really flexible and can bend and move in any direction. This is because it is made from about 100,000 different muscles. They usually stand very still when they're drinking, so as not to kick up any mud. Only once they've had enough to drink do they swim and bath in the mud, especially the babies. Sadly, the sun is setting. It's time for Luca and Melua to turn the boat for home. It's been a day filled with discovery, and they must be prepared for what awaits them tomorrow. Join Melua and Luca on their next exciting kids safari adventure. Luca and Melua leave Botswana and head off to Zambia. Deep in the green heart of Africa, where the trees grow tall and the antelope roam free, two young explorers have set out on a very special journey that will take them deep into one of Africa's most abundant wildlife countries, in a land filled with giants. Who knows what they'll discover next? It's a wild voyage of discovery, with plenty of interesting characters to meet along the way. Their journey takes them to some of the most amazing places on our beautiful planet, with the promise of fun, mystery and excitement at every turn. Join Melua and her brother Luca on their Zambia Kids Safari.
Kids Safari!
Today's adventure takes Melua and Luca to a waterfall. But not just any old waterfall. This is one of the jewels of the African continent, and it is one of the most incredible and famous sights in the entire world. The famous Victoria Falls. As Melua and Luca approach, they can hear the mighty roar of the water falling up ahead. Even when they're standing quite far away, it seems like the ground is shaking from the thundering water.
We explored the Victoria Falls. We went from viewpoint to viewpoint and it seemed to never end.
There is a long walkway that runs opposite the falls, which is perfect to explore from. Each viewpoint shows a different section of the falls. and every time they stop, there is another amazing sight to see.
I was very surprised to see how wide the Victoria Falls were.
In fact, the entire length of the falls spans over 1,700 meters. That's nearly 2 kilometers of falling water.
The Victoria Falls is part of the Zambezi River's long and winding journey across Africa. Above the falls, the river is wide and flows quite gently. But as it approaches the falls, the water begins to flow faster and faster until it tumbles down over the cliff face. The rising spray of water even forms rainbows when the sun hits it just right. This is caused by the reflection of the sun's rays on the water droplets in the air. The Zambezi River forms the boundary between two countries here. On the one side is Zimbabwe, and on the other side of the river is Zambia.
Although it is often named the Victoria Falls, the local name is Mosi Oyotonya, which means smoke that thunders, which perfectly describes the sound and sights of the falls.
There is a rainforest caused by the mist from the falls.
Even though the sun is shining brightly, it's nearly always raining at the Victoria Falls.
The spray came down on us like rain. It was so much fun.
It's like standing in a permanent monkey's wedding. Once the water is at the bottom of the falls, it must all flow through a very narrow gap in the rocks. It's a very impressive sight from high up on the cliffs.
Looking down to the bottom of the falls was quite scary. I was careful not to go too near the edge.
The falls are really high. They're over 100 meters tall. Melua and Luca are here at a dry time of the year, so they can see the rocks in between the water. But in the summer months, it's just one constant sheet of flowing water. The amount of water that drops over the falls is really impressive. In the wettest times of the year, 12,800 cubic meters of water falls over the edge every single second. That's the same volume as 6 Olympic swimming pools.
This was our first natural wonder that we saw, and it was magnificent.
The Victoria Falls is one of the 7 natural wonders of the world. It is not quite the highest waterfall in the world, but it is known as the largest constantly falling sheet of water. David Livingstone, the famous explorer, is believed to have been the first European to view Victoria Falls back in 1855, and he named it in honor of Queen Victoria of Britain, who was the queen back then. There is an amazing bridge that runs right over the top of the Zambezi River, just below the falls. This bridge connects Zambia and Zimbabwe, making it possible for people to get from one country to another.
Above the falls, the Zambezi River looks very different. It's hugely wide and flows gently. On either side of the river is a national park, which is home to lots and lots of animals, especially hippos, birds, crocodiles, and of course elephants. The elephants are especially fond of all the good food that grows along the edge. Today, the The falls are one of the most popular places to visit in the whole of Africa, and it's easy to see why. Melua and Luca are really lucky to see one of the natural wonders of the world. But now their time is almost up, and they must make the long walk back along the path to get ready for another day of exploring. Join Melua and Luca on their next exciting kids safari adventure.